Good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad to have you here. I'm going to do some prayers. I like to open these live events with prayers. So here is the Divine Birther Prayer. Oh, great Creatress, Divine Birther of all, assist us to fully embody our soul's light, to see through your eyes, to love as you love, to know that which is eternally true and helpful. May our actions fulfill our soul's purposes and uplift others. May our actions serve you, great Creatress, furthering your divine plan of love and unity with all life. And so it is. I think it's also relevant today. The energy just feels right for this today to do the forgiveness prayer. And this is inspired by Lisa Barnett and by Ron Roth, PhD. Before beginning, center yourself in your heart. Divine Spirit, Holy of Holies, please move me into a state of forgiveness toward anyone or anything that has hurt me, consciously or unconsciously, from the beginning of time to this present moment. I now forgive them and release the energy of the past. Divine Spirit, Source, please move me into a state of forgiveness toward myself for any hurt that I have caused others, consciously or unconsciously, from the beginning of time to this present moment. I now forgive myself and release the energy of the past. Divine Spirit, Holy of Holies, please move me into a state of absolute forgiveness toward myself for any hurt I caused myself, consciously or unconsciously, from the beginning of time to this present moment. I now forgive myself and release the energy of the past. I invoke the grace and power of forgiveness to transform my body, my mind, and my heart as we return to a state of divine innocence. And so it is. Well, good morning, good morning. It's a good day and all is well, don't you think? So here we are. I'm just going to tune in here to all of you who are watching now and all of those who will be watching at a later time. And I feel my spiritual heart opening to embrace everyone with love. Love connecting with all of you. I'm so excited to be connected with you. It's my honor and privilege. All right. Good morning. Good morning, Darla. Yay. Marco's here. Cheryl's here. Rebecca Donald is here. Thank you, everyone, for being here. So I want you to just settle in down into the depths of your belly and into the bottoms of your feet. Greetings and welcome from Anubis. We are delighted to spend this time with you. We want you to know that your thoughts and your questions echo about the universe in very precise ways, and we are receiving them. We receive them into our spiritual hearts. We receive them into the depths of our being with love. And in response, we generate and vocalize sounds of love, penetrating vibrations, frequencies, messages of support and love carried on spears of multicolored lights. There you go. Good, good, good. You all are receiving that now. It is our pleasure to be with you and to answer any questions. Many in this group are asking, when will I be loved? And we want you to know that you are loved from many different sources and directions. Divine love, of course, is the platform on which you stand, on which you will have experienced and are experiencing your physical life. It wouldn't be happening if it weren't for the love that the divine holds you in, and that the divine constantly, effortlessly radiates toward you as an individual and in your little subgroups and your major groups. There you go. Good, good, good. And feel your heart expanding to be that, to embrace that, to take in divine love. Is most necessary at this time. Most necessary. And we are looking forward to answering and being the energy of the answer to your questions. It's our pleasure. There are a great number of loved ones present. People you have known in this lifetime, but who are now dead. For often, those whom you have been most deeply connected with are present in your energy systems. And it is true because you have chosen many lifetimes with the same groups of souls. They are your study partners, your learning enthusiasts. They are your compatriots in this game of evolution. game of growth, of expansion. And for the more that you can expand to include, the more you will feel divine love and the grace that goes with that divine love. And the more you will feel the inclusion of your loved ones. Carla, Sam is here. And he is smiling his usual enormously big smile. And he sends his love in that enormously big hug that he is so known for. Most loving, most kind being that he is. There are any number of mammals present with him as well. All those whose care he gave freely and willingly and lovingly in his career as a veterinarian and in his connection with the world, the animal world, and sometimes the unseen world. And he is known by the divine, and he is undertaking to become a larger point in consciousness, a more refined source of love and care. A greater sense of knowingness. Sam says that the pinching feeling you feel periodically at night is him saying hello. And he says he's very sorry he's not there to steal the covers from you. We are present and ready to channel the answers to your questions as they appear. It's our pleasure, our honor to be at your service. And Cheryl, how is your mother? How is she doing? It feels as though she is courting the idea of transitioning. That her body will pull tricks on her and become better. And so she is moved from one side of the conversation to another side of the conversation. And it works this way at times. She is so much better right now. This is good. This is good. She would say it's a trick of the body. And she will go with it as long as that seems to be the elevated thing to do. Her desires to cause the least amount of upset, to be the least amount of care to you, if possible. We see your mother, Cheryl, reaching out with her hand to touch her cheek and to say thank you so much for your kind care and your companionship. The connection that you two share is large, strong, deep, true. It is very true. Mm. You're welcome, Darla. I'm glad that you needed the message and that it was fulfilling for you. He says, Sam also says that there will be more lives for you two to lead, and perhaps slightly more queenly for you, to suit the stature that you are beginning to assume, that of a queen. It is all right to be in the process of becoming a queen. Sam says, you are my queen. So it is. As these loved ones are so present these days, his relatives and ancestors, and people you've known, grade school teachers, grandparents, aunts and uncles, neighbors. Often unseen are those neighbors who fell in love with you when you were children and kept an eye on your progress. They too are part of the soul pool that you pull from to design your lives. And they too play parts, sometimes larger and sometimes smaller, in your life plan, in your plan for your spiritual elevation and evolution. They are around to provide loving support as you take each step, think each thought, love each love, cherish each moment. Shannon, your mother is here. She reaches out and picks your chin up. And she says to you that no matter what, her love is constant. And she had treasured so much the opportunity to share a life with you, as she has cherished all the other lives. She says all 37 of the lives that you two have spent together in various permutations of relationship over time. You are key partners in each other's plays, key players in each other's dramas. And that shall continue as long as it shall suit you both. She loves you. She recalls holding you as an infant in her arms and wondering, dear divine, what did I do to deserve this? And feeling her heart overflow as that bonding and love transpired between the two of you. Even in your cranky teenage years, she loved you, although her patience was short. And for that, she asks that you be patient with her as she grows. For it is often that she was your child in previous lives. And this is the way it is in many incarnations with those we love the most. Even us guides will seek out different permutations of relationship, partnership, to develop coherence and congruence, and to be able to expand to include even greater radiations from the divine herself. We will often combine energies, merge beingness with other light beings, other guides, to strengthen our abilities to be of service to the divine. And so it is also reflected in your relationships with others. Perhaps it's collaborations with spouses, partners, others of mutual interest, best friends, people with whom you share great connections. It is all for the same purpose, finding greater and greater ways to merge with the divine and to be willing to be the divine agents here on earth, just as we are divine agents of the great creatress, source, God, goddess, all that is, in service of her creations. Cheryl asks, is her dad with her? Ah, yes. He often hides behind you. He is, in these words, saying he is loath to garner the limelight or take away the spotlight from you. And so he keeps his presence somewhat minimized behind you, but you feel him. You can know him, that he is supporting you. He literally occasionally gives you extra energy or a lift at the elbows that helps you stand up to the challenges you face, to your complicated daily life. He sometimes embodies one of the goats and follows you around like your pet because it is a fun thing to do. If you have any written material from your father, saved, put in a trunk or a box somewhere, it would be good to get that out about now. Perhaps reading it aloud to your mother, to your son. For it gives an interesting experience of the timelessness of the written word, the power of the written word to carry a certain energy or image or perspective through to the present time. It is in this way that he lets you know of the consistency, the constancy, as it were, of his love for you. Homeschooling a better option for my son and family? No. We think that the continued socialization is necessary. It's very easy for your son to pull inward and isolate. And while it's all right to honor that and approve of that in some ways, the building of social skills and the exposure to a variety of personalities and energies and activities is good for him. It might have been all right to homeschool your son in early years, but as he goes forth, he needs the strength of seeing himself with others of his age group and to not get stuck in the diagnosis of on the spectrum or some such thing. Do not let that diagnosis limit him. It's almost as if you put the paper up over the image of his face and cut slices into that paper so that he can expand beyond that piece of paper. Do you understand? This is a very small piece of who he is and who he's here to be. So you have to feed all of him. And yes, sometimes it feels dangerous and awkward. But we all have felt that as humans. Dangerous, endangered, and awkward, unfamiliar, uncertain. But it is only in being in that uncertainty and returning to that inner point of connection in within us, where the spark of the divine lives and breathes and lives through us. That is important. So where we are connected one to another, the macro world, the micro world, humans across great, vast tracts of land, all throughout the earth and within the earth and including the earth. At a later date, he will probably go to an agricultural school. We see him being very scientific, studying the microbes and enhancing microbial health of soils. And not through a chemical fertilizer, but through studying nature's way of enhancing soils There you go. Like that. Of course, he hates school right now. He hates not having his way. It is to be expected. Just because he hates school right now doesn't mean you have to overcrowd your overcrowded schedule. And you will not be mistreating him. As we are connected with you today, let us all advance our spiritual hearts, connecting it with one another, connecting through the spiritual heart, that largesse, that larger than life heart that knows that you are brethren with those in other countries, those with other cultures, other skin colors, other concepts. You know that these are your distant brothers and sisters, your distant loved ones, partners and playmates in other lifetimes, in lands that you have only ideas about, but big memories of knowing the soils and the vistas and the way the sun shines in that country. Let us expand our spiritual hearts to include all of these places and these people and these beings and the macrocosm and the microcosm that is life. And as we expand our spiritual hearts, we include and absorb the flower of life, vibrational framework that surrounds Mother Earth, that energetic structure that surrounds this vibrant, life-infusing planet. And let us expand our spiritual hearts with gratitude. And we are grateful. Grateful for love, for food, for air, for water, for sunshine, for clouds, for feelings that come and go and flavor our moments, and for the depth of connection that we have with others, alive and no longer on the earth plane. We transcend these limitations and we expand our heart out into the dimensions, including the dimensions of the soul plane of consciousness. We are big enough. We are strong enough. We are potent enough. We are enough. And so we close this channeling with our love and honor for you. For we know all of you effort very clearly and precisely at being the best you possible, being the truest, your spark of light, your essence self, being the greatest and finest and most refined version of your soul in this lifetime, in this body. We honor you. We offer our vision, our understanding, and the slightly enlarged ability to see into who you are, to help you with readings and channelings. And we thank you for being with us today. We bid you adieu. Thank you, folks. Thank you for being here with me. I do appreciate it. If anybody doubts it, I'm still selling my book. Bringing Forth Soul Consciousness. And this is 360 channeled pages of uplifting, unifying, smoothing energy. And I think you will find it very, very useful. And you can get a signed copy, an autographed copy from me directly by emailing me at anniechannels@gmail.com. I'm also scheduling readings by appointment because there is so much that you can experience in a reading. The vista is great and the information is deep, and the energy that comes through really is touching and transforming. I've been very, very impressed with the readings that my guides have been doing lately. Just awesome. And I'd love for you to have the experience of that as well. Thank you so much. I'll put information in the comments so that you can purchase my book and keep on studying with me. Thank you. It's been a pleasure. Anubis is the one who is channeling today. Just to give you a visual. But Anubis says he's the voice of a great many guides. So there's that sense of depth and breadth that comes through. All right. Goodbye. I will see you next week. Just in case you didn't get a full glimpse of this, it's so hard to get through the green screen. I'll put it in the comments. Much better. Thank you, folks. Goodbye.